Knowledge is the best tool you can have in a survival situation. What if I told you you could carry more knowledge than your mind holds in your back pocket, around your neck, in your pack, and still use this item for other camp, survival, hiking tasks, everyday outdoor stuff? Colter Adventure Bandanas. These things are great. Let's go inside and we'll go through these 3 bandanas I have, different styles. I'm going to leave some links down in the description below where you can purchase these styles, as well as a few others that they produce. The Colter Co. Made in the USA. They're 100% cotton. Let's check them out in a little detail. Colter Adventure bandanas are made in the USA, 100% cotton, and they measure 22 by 22 square when they're open. These can be used obviously for a headband, head wrap, neck wrap, washcloth, a towel, pot holder, hand wrap for blisters, etc. First aid splint, tourniquet. You can wrap sprained ankles and wrists. You can use them for an ice pack, fire building tinder, an emergency, a dust mask, signal flag, improvised bag, a sponge, a blindfold, a dog collar, a fly swatter, a sling, etc. There's a million uses for a bandana, and I'm sure you already know that, but let's dive a little bit deeper into these. We'll go through each one real quick. First one we'll go through is this Know Your Knots. Like I said, 22 by 22, 100% cotton, made in the USA. The print quality on them seems very good. These are machine washable. So we have 16 different knots on this bandana, which will be all useful. If you don't know all your knots, this is a great way to learn them. Carry the bandana. You can practice them anywhere. Just carry a little piece of cordage in your pocket, a bandana. You take this to the park, practice at home, practice wherever you are. But most importantly, in the event of emergency, and you need to make some knots to tie something off, to construct a shelter or whatever it be, basically you have 16 of the most common knots that should be able to get you through just about any situation. I'm looking at them real quick, and I do know most of these knots. However, there are a few that I know, but I'm not skilled enough to just to do without looking at a picture or something. And this will help me. This will definitely help me learn a few things. And it's always there for a reference. And when I do know them all, you can pass this along to somebody else, or just keep it with you. I mean, it's a bandana, so like I said, there's a million other uses. But that is the Know Your Knot bandana. I like the colors too. So that's that one. Forager bandana. Same size, same deal, 100% cotton, made in the USA. And the colors on this, really cool. Okay, so we have the Wild Forage Feast. And it looks like we have 7 different common plants that can be foraged. And I think they pretty much picked plants that are in the majority of the United States. You have thistle, dandelion, cattail, pine trees, stinging nettle, chicory, and huckleberry. And it gives a brief description of how to find it, what it's good for, and how to process it to safely eat and get nourishment from each of these. There's a little first aid warning there. I really like this. This is very, very cool. I got to read through these and see if I learn anything. I do forage a lot of food and a lot of things different times a year. There are some of these that I have tried, and there's some I have not. I mean, I've known about them, but I just never got the chance to really try them or had the need to. But I will have to get on trying some more foraging that I have never tried before this year. I like this a lot. This is very cool. So that's the second one. And like I said, I will have links to all these down in the description below. And the last one I have, and there are a couple others they make. These are just the only three that I have. This is the Stayin Alive bandana. Same deal on size, etc., etc. Now this one is a bright orange, obviously, for a signal cloth. And if you can see that color, the way it's printed here, this big X, that is a reflective material, and there's reflective material around the outside. So this will reflect with a flashlight or any kind of light. So it's perfect for a nighttime signal as well. But we have basically the four main things. We have fire. Let's start at number one. Shelter. It gives you all things to read about building a shelter, getting shelter, shelter from cold, shelter from heat. Goes through everything there. Number two, water. Tells you how to filter, boil, treatment tablets, solar still, solar disinfection, household chemicals to use to disinfect water. So this not only is for like a wilderness survival, it's for a urban survival too. Any kind of survival situation, you're going to need water at some point, and this can get you through that. Next, we have fire. Obviously, fire, what fuel to use, how to do it, air, heat, what you need to get a fire, different ways to start a fire, magnifying glass, flint and steel, etc. These things are great too, not only for the information on them, but if you talk to anybody who's been in a survival, life or death situation or long-term survival where they are living off the grid in the wilderness survival situation, one of the main things that keep them going day to day is keeping your mind occupied. And just something like this, like, I mean, obviously, if you know everything about a fire and everything on here, you read this 100 times, just reading this, something to look at when you're in that kind of situation, keeps your mind active, and that gets you through certain rough times of your experience. So I mean, there is much knowledge and much gifts that these things can give you. The last one, food, obviously goes through some of the plants on the foraging one, actually, dandelion, stinging nettles and stuff. It doesn't have pictures of them, but it goes through. It also has clover, which isn't on the other one, and it goes different things you can eat. Insects are edible, grasshoppers, crickets, blah blah blah. Tells you how to prepare them. And fishing, it gives you tips on different things for food, and that's it. And like I said, this one is also a reflective signal sheet, so you have all your information there. I really like this one a lot. And these things, I mean, they're bandanas. They're so stinking light, and I always carry a few bandanas in my pack at all times anyways, just because they have so many different uses. And once one gets all sweaty and nasty and dirty, you don't want to use it for certain things like food. You know, I use them to gather berries, things like that. You can make a pocket, and you can walk and fill that up with berries or tinder, anything in a wilderness situation. So I mean, having several of these, like, I will carry all three of these with me, and I'll probably get rid of a couple of my plain bandanas out of my pack. So there they are. Check them out in the description, and I really like these, and they're reasonably priced. I'll give my Amazon influencer link down in the description, and I will also add a few of the other ones that they make, and I know that they're probably coming out with more in the future, so keep an eye out. Thanks for watching.